Ever wondered how magical Messi was at his prime? From signing his first Barcelona contract on paper napkins to becoming the Catalan Giants' highest goal scorer at the age of 24, Lionel Messi was a menace to defenders and a nightmare to every goalkeeper. Winning a historic 4 Ballon d'Ors and 4 consecutive Champions League Golden Boots, Leo was on a roll. But one thing was missing that made Messi unhappy in his prime. Was he able to achieve it? How did Messi bounce back after he lost his winning formula? Scoring almost 500 goals for a club wasn't enough of a guarantee to invest in Lionel Messi's future. Having been diagnosed with growth hormone deficiency, Newell's Old Boys took back their promise to help the 10-year-old Argentine. He and his family were left with no option but to go elsewhere. This was where Barcelona came into the picture. Although the Barcelona board of directors hesitated, the team director, Charlie Rixach, did not. He showed Messi's family a proof of commitment by offering, with no other paper at hand, a contract on a paper napkin. From then on, everything else was history. You see, in Messi's early days at Barcelona, there were 2 things that came up when his name was mentioned: extremely shy but tremendously gifted. Outside the pitch, he needed the assistance of his Barcelona Academy teammates Victor Vázquez, Gerard Piqué, and Cesc Fabregas to get used to the Catalonia club. On the pitch, it was a different scenario. Lionel Messi's rise through the youth ranks was one of the fastest in the club's history. In his first season with Barcelona, he played at the under-16 level and scored 38 goals in 31 matches. Then, he was moved to under-18s for the 2003-2004 season. But Messi didn't play long there either. In a span of 1 season, he played for a club record of 5 different Barcelona teams. Finally, at the age of 16 years, Messi impressed the first-team manager Frank Rijkaard and gave him his first-team debut in a friendly against Porto. His 15-minute moment of brilliance was ultimately enough for the youngster to be deployed to the Barcelona B and C team for the remainder of the season, never going back to the academy. Then, in October 2004, Leo made his league debut but scored in his 9th appearance. This was the very last minute of the season when a lob pass from Ronaldinho met the leg of Messi, who sent a terrific lob into the net. The next season, Messi scored 8 goals and assisted 8 in 25 games, but wasn't fit enough to play in the Champions League finals against Arsenal. The next 2 years for Barcelona saw 0 trophies won, which led to the appointment of Pep Guardiola and the stardom of Lionel Messi.
Ramos once, here he goes, Ronaldinho! Ronaldinho 3-0!
Ronaldinho was sold to AC Milan, and Messi was given the number 10 jersey, becoming the greatest Barcelona player to have worn the shirt. He also signed another contract and became the club's highest earner. With the appointment of Guardiola, the 2008-2009 season was one of the best for Barcelona. They became the first club to win 6 trophies in a season: the Champions League, La Liga, Copa del Rey, Supercopa de España, UEFA Super Cup, and FIFA Club World Cup all sit pretty in the trophy cabinet. Messi played a major role in all of this, scoring 38 goals and assisting 19 in 51 games. His effort didn't go unnoticed by the football bodies, and he won his first Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player of the Year. But the next season, something was different in how Messi played. Like and subscribe as you find out what happened. At the beginning of his career, Messi played as a right winger, dribbling past defenders then cutting inside with his left foot. He achieved great success with this, playing behind Samuel Eto'o up front, scoring and assisting more than any other player in Europe's top 5 leagues. But the next season, Guardiola took a big gamble in an away game against his bitter rivals Real Madrid. He deployed his best player, Messi, as a false 9, so defenders would be unable to track his movement. Messi scored 2 and assisted the opener in a 6-2 massacre of the Los Blancos on their own soil. This change of tactic was so effective, a few weeks later in the Champions League final, the Red Devils were beaten 2-0, and Messi, an unlikely player to score a header, scored the winning goal with a header. Another crucial aspect of Messi's game in the Guardiola era was his dropping to midfield. The Argentine would join Xavi, Andres Iniesta, and Sergio Busquets at the tip of the diamond, making it difficult for teams to read his movement. How can a center forward become a spare midfielder? Well, you could say no player was like Messi. His ability to play a 1-2 and divide defenses is unprecedented in football. No doubt he was aided by gifted teammates who didn't slack either. During his years at Barcelona, Messi scored 44% more goals than any player would have done with the same chances. His positional play is one of the best. Knowing how to arrive at the right positions is like no one else. For the 4 seasons that Pep Guardiola coached Barcelona, Messi won all 4 Ballon d'Or awards. He also became the second player to be a Champions League goal scorer for 4 consecutive seasons. The 2010-2011 season witnessed Messi become Barcelona's all-time single-season top scorer with 53 goals. Next season, the Barcelona legend took his numbers higher, finishing the season with 73 goals and 29 assists. That is an astonishing 102-goal involvement. This is like a whole team goal contribution for just one person. Also, this 2011-2012 season saw Messi become Barcelona's all-time goal scorer at age 24. By the end of 2012, Messi had scored in all competitions for Argentina and Barcelona and became the player with the most goals in a calendar year. The Messi-Guardiola combo saw Barcelona pick up 14 trophies in 4 seasons before Guardiola stepped down as a coach of the club. But this change came with a dent in Messi's output and the uproar of an arch-rival. In the next 2 seasons, Real Madrid's Cristiano Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or twice. This was the start of the rivalry. Like other sports rivalries, this rivalry has lived up to its hype. Even though Messi has always denied the rivalry, the stat does not do him justice. Since 2008, Messi has won 8 Ballon d'Ors compared to Ronaldo's 5. Also, Messi has won 8 FIFA World's Best Players to the Portuguese's 5. Not only that, 6 European Golden Shoes sit in his cabinet compared to the 4 Ronaldo has. Based on playing styles, pundits, players, and coaches have had to pick who's the best. This cold rivalry has moved from individual awards and El Clasico dominance to the social lives of these athletes. Messi and Ronaldo are sponsored individually by the 2 biggest football brands, Adidas and Nike. Also, both athletes are the 2 most followed football players in the world. They're also the biggest earners in the sport. So, while the rivalry might have started in football, the comparison goes beyond the pitch. One milestone that made Messi more superior was set after he changed his retirement plans. But before then, Messi had to undergo a drought. With him came the formation of the magnificent MSN, Messi, Neymar, and Suarez. From 2014 to 2017, this trio was a problem for defenders. Messi went back as a right winger, Suarez as a number 9, and Neymar as a left winger. In total, they scored 364 goals in 3 seasons, 90 from Neymar, 121 from Suarez, and 153 from Lionel Messi. Their era was the most successful since Guardiola's era, and Barcelona went on to become the only team to lift a continental treble twice. For 3 seasons, these prolific front 3 decimated teams until Neymar decided he wanted to leave for PSG. The Brazilian handed Barcelona the biggest paycheck they ever received for a player. Gradually, the trio broke up. For Messi, he had to leave Barcelona because the club didn't have enough of a wage budget left to offer him a new contract. Even when he reduced his salary to stay at Barcelona, it wasn't enough. Tearfully, Messi had to part ways with Barcelona and head towards PSG to join Neymar. This was where he achieved a milestone that will make him the most cherished player for Argentina after Diego Maradona. Still at Barcelona in 2016 at the age of 29, Messi called it quits for international football. Despite achieving every trophy there is in club football more than once, he still couldn't give his country any. He was at his lowest this year as he just lost his 4th international final. Messi, the country's talisman, missed the deciding penalty in the Copa America final, blasting the ball high up. For the World Cup, he'd come close in 2014, only to be defeated in the final by the Germans. It all came down to 2022. Messi knew this was his last dance as he was 35 years old. The only motivation was that he and his team had just won the Copa America in 2021, leaving only the World Cup to conquer. But they were in for a shock. In the first match against Saudi Arabia, Messi scored from the penalty spot to give Argentina an early lead, only for the Saudis to come back to win 2-1. This was the biggest upset in the 2022 World Cup, and it looked like the Argentine captain would be going home without the World Cup. Fortunately, they were able to pull themselves together, win every game, and head to the final. In the final, France and Argentina played the most intense World Cup final ever. It was looking like a cruise control for Argentina as they were 2 goals up, and it was looking like Messi's dream was finally coming true until Mbappe equalized. Then, the game went to extra time and Messi scored and Mbappe equalized again. It was now down to a penalty shootout to see who really wanted it. Both Messi and Mbappe scored their penalty, but fortunately for Messi, the France team let Mbappe down, missing 2 penalties. Messi had finally etched his name in the history books of club and country, winning every trophy from club level to country level and creating a milestone that will be difficult for any player to achieve. Although Messi won the World Cup, the Copa America, and his 7th Ballon d'Or during this time in Paris, he wasn't able to give PSG the trophy they mostly sought after. For the 2 seasons Messi stayed in France, the Champions League was far from his reach. He was only able to deliver 2 Ligue 1 titles and 1 Trophée des Champions before heading to Inter Miami, where he will be looking to end his club career. Lionel Messi has been an inspiration to upcoming players, and every new talent is being pressured to see if they can reach the heights set by Messi. Maybe in the next decade or century, a player who can do it all like Messi will emerge. But can he be as consistent and prolific like Leo? Highly doubt it. Among the youngsters, who do you think would be able to reach the heights of Messi? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to get the best of football news.